What's up, my people? Welcome back to another episode of Rory's Infidelity Stories. The gentleman hit me with an email. Let's get into it. I, 33-year-old male, my wife, 36-year-old female, I'm going to try to condense this as much as possible. I've noticed over the summer my wife was extremely stressed from her job. She recently was promoted and had taken on way more responsibilities at work. Understandably, I didn't take things too personally when she would come home stressed or wake up in a grumpy mood. I didn't mind her venting to me and hearing her out and trying to be as supporting as I could. Additionally, she worked the graveyard shift, so her sleep was always never enough, plus picking up hours to help her boss out. We got into some pretty harsh fights at a few points during that time span in which she was the instigator. I honestly couldn't understand why she was blowing up on me and just chalked it up to stress and just some estrogen. This is when I suspected she had started to become acquainted with a coworker of hers. You know, when people start blowing up and having arguments out of nowhere and that's not their character, trust me, that could be one reason, because they start detaching from you and start attaching to somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Come October, my wife is now working nonstop, and I notice she's putting way more effort into her appearance before going into work. Another red flag. I took note, but just figured she was changing her style to better suit her position. This is when I think she made up her mind to physically cheat with this other guy. Me and her were barely spending any time together, and she just seemed severely disinterested in anything I was doing. See that disconnect right there. She became a lot more withdrawn from me. She used to tell me about everything that was going on at her job. Not anymore. Barely a conversation. She would literally just go to work, come home, sleep, and repeat. One night after we came home from touring a potential school for her daughter, we got into another argument. Essentially, she never communicated to me that she was going into work that night, and I was looking forward to spending some time together that night. The same night after the argument, I just felt like something was off and straight up asked her if there was anyone else, which she vehemently denied, calling me crazy and ridiculous. Fast forward about a week or two, I picked up an AirTag and taped it under her car. Oh shit. Her behavior got increasingly more disrespectful and erratic, and she started hanging out with these girls against my wishes. Another fight happened and she leaves the house telling me she was calling into work, huh?